Finally, the Nintendo Switch has been announced, revealed, and talked about. A lot of people have held it, played with it, we know the games, we know the gimmicks, what to expect, and how many terrible jokes you can make using one single idea. And the result? Okay. So let's dive into some of the reasons why I think the Switch is in for the fight of its life, right out the gate. Everyone hyped up the Switch. Everyone from YouTube channels to supposed leakers to Ubisoft themselves and other developers, we were promised a brand new idea, a revolution. We were told that developers were excited to work with such great and innovative ideas and technologies. So what did we get? We got a glorified Wii. In 2006, the focus was on motion controls, waggle, and a new way to play. The Wii U tried to market a tablet experience, and it didn't work out so well. And now, in 2017, Nintendo comes back fighting with more motion controls? Motion controls were big back with the Wii. Even Sony tried to copy their success, but by the time the PlayStation Move came out, most people were already tired of the waggle gimmick and were looking for a more classic gaming experience. With the Wii U, we saw Nintendo drop motion controls for the most part for more streamlined controls. But now they're just going back to the Wii with a heavy focus on motion controls and waggling and giving us something that no one asked for. The idea of mashing the console and handheld markets together into one unit is certainly a good one. Keep development streamlined, allow people to make big games or small ones, keep all your biggest franchises on one platform. It's a smart move. Everything else about the Switch? Not so much. The Switch is $300 which is a pretty good price point. It is a little strange though that it's the exact same price as the PS4 and Xbox One, which have more games, bigger audiences, more robust online, and they're just more powerful in general. If the Switch was even just a few bucks cheaper, like 20 or 30, that would make a big difference. But still, $300 by itself is a pretty good price point. But then you get to the accessories. The pricing for controllers and accessories with the Switch is absolutely ridiculous. The Pro controller is $70, Joy-Cons are $80, and the docking station, which is basically an AC adapter and an HDMI out cable put together, is $90. You might as well just buy a new system if you ever have to replace anything. In a way, I'm guessing that Nintendo is hoping that everyone's gonna have their own individual Switch and you won't need to buy so many controllers, but that's really reaching pretty far. Word came out that Nintendo was going to start charging for online this fall. Charging for online services is certainly nothing new, and it's more or less expected at this point. A constant revenue stream that keeps servers going and hopefully you make a few bucks in the process is certainly acceptable. But the difference here is that PSN and Xbox Live opened the door to hundreds of online games. You get cloud saves, you get 4 to 6 free games every month that you get to keep as long as you're subscribed to the service. Nintendo's approach, from what we've heard so far, is baffling. You get one NES or SNES game that you only get for 1 month, and then it disappears. Not to mention the fact that most Nintendo games don't even have online anyway. And so far, the only real AAA, mainstream third-party online games we've seen is FIFA and maybe a basketball game. Of course, I hope this changes in the near future, and it certainly could because it's not out yet. But it sounds, so far, like it's not much of a deal. That being said, if the Nintendo Online subscription is only, say, 10 or 15 bucks a year compared to PlayStation Plus's 60 bucks a year, then maybe we could let it go. I mean, think about it, 1 or 2 bucks a month gets you one extended game demo plus a whole bunch of online services. Now that's not really so bad. However, the answer to Nintendo's lack of voice chat is also really bizarre. You get an app on your phone that lets you talk to other people. So Nintendo basically invented a phone for a phone. It's a phone app that you put on your phone. Nice. So far, aside from Zelda, nothing in the launch lineup really screams must buy. I mean, we were told the Switch was delayed because they wanted to make sure the games were there from the get-go. They wanted to focus on software. We heard Kimishima say that himself. And now that we're here and the Switch is coming out, it's a bizarre mix of tech demos and ports of games from 3 to 5 years ago. I think Nintendo has kind of missed the point about what made the Wii so successful. When the Wii came out, Wii Sports took the world by storm for 2 reasons. 1, it was different, and 2, most importantly, it was super easy to play. It was based on real-world sports, and it came packed in with the Wii. Everyone who bought a Wii got the same game that was shown on Oprah and Ellen and everywhere else. Kids, adults, old people, everyone, they could play these games because it was just like sort of kind of playing the real thing. You had bowling and tennis and baseball, and everyone knows these sports and they know more or less how to play them. Nintendo, desperate to get that Wii Sports magic back, has given us 1-2 Switch. First of all, the name 1-2 Switch does not at all convey what the game is. I mean, if I hadn't gone to the Switch event in Tokyo, I would still have no idea what it is. The name Wii Sports tells you exactly what the game is. It's a bunch of sports games. 1-2 Switch sounds like one of those dumb improv team building exercises you did at summer camp when you were like 15. So 1-2 Switch is another collection of minigames, but they're all games that no one understands and no one has any interest at all in playing. You got milking a cow. You got sword catch game, because that's relatable in 2017. You got count ball. Who wants? No one wants to count balls, Nintendo. Also, the game doesn't even come packed in with the system. This game is supposed to showcase to everyone exactly what the Switch is and what it can even do, but you have to spend another $50 to get it. Yeah, not only is it a separate purchase, but it's like AAA game price. This thing right here. Wii Sports grew into a viral phenomenon organically. With 1-2 Switch, Nintendo is desperately trying to go viral again, which, as anyone who's done anything on the internet can tell you, trying to go viral never works. 1-2 Switch looks just like something that's gonna make people be like, what do I even do with this? Also, with everyone else in the market going for VR, the Switch looks like something that should have come out like 3 years ago. The other game, ARMS, does look pretty cool, but really, it's just Wii Sports Boxing 2. It showcases nothing new. It's just another motion-controlled boxing game. It's the same thing we all played 10 years ago. One of the biggest concerns we had about the Switch was third-party support. The Wii had a bunch of shovelware because everyone and literally their grandma had a Wii. When the Wii U came out, third parties ran away real fast. We all knew going in that the Switch would need some big third-party AAA releases to give it a competitive edge against the other guys. So far, looks like they got Rayman Legends and Skyrim? You know, those old classics? Now, Dragon Quest XI does look great, but Dragon Quest never sells millions worldwide. Never has, never will. Even with first-party games, of course Zelda's coming and that looks fantastic, but it's also coming to the Wii U, so that game in and of itself is not enough reason to buy a Switch. I mean, it may be for some people, so the big draw that we've seen so far would be the new Mario game. It's the first sandbox Mario game since Sunshine. It looks quirky, different, and fun. It looks to be exactly the kind of Mario game we've all been waiting for over a decade. But it doesn't come out until holiday season 2017. I mean, nearly everything else we're getting as far as actual games and not just, glorified tech demos is all ports and remasters. You got Bomberman, that looks fun. Ultra Street Fighter 2 looks exactly like what every Street Fighter 5 player's been waiting for, but other than that, not a lot. If the Switch were to launch with Super Mario Odyssey, that game would be enough to drive crazy sales. Zelda will drive sales to an extent for sure, but I know a lot of people are just going to pick it up for their Wii U and wait for Mario later down the road. The Switch is really it's a bunch of gimmicks. It's more motion controls, no AAA third-party games so far, no VR, and the system itself isn't even that powerful. Now, of course, it all comes down to the games. Mario looks amazing, Zelda looks like Game of the Year material, and every other game looks fun as well. I'm not saying the Switch is going to fail. It's just disappointing. We all had such high hopes for the new system, and what new ways of playing our favorite games we could look forward to this year. Of course, I hope it goes well for Nintendo. I want nothing more than a world where Nintendo doesn't have to play catch-up or copycat, and they can make whatever games they want. But so far what we've seen, Nintendo's got a long way to go. Thank you all so very much for watching this video on the Commonwealth Realm. My name is Alex Myers. Go on over to my channel and subscribe. Link is down below. Above all else, have a great day, and we'll see you all back here on the Commonwealth Realm.